الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وزوجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Amma ba'd, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala abundantly the way Allah deserves to be praised. We ask Allah to exalt the mention, grant peace and send His blessings and salutations upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whenever you hear the name of the Prophet, yes, you send salah upon the Prophet alayhi salatu salam, lest you want to be called bakhil or miserly or stingy. The Prophet alayhi salam said, whoever hears my name and does not send salah upon me is the miserly person. You get a lot of reward for saying sallallahu alayhi wasallam. You don't have to scream it and announce it to the world, but at least it should be said with the movement of the lips. If you say it in your heart, does it count? It doesn't count. You cannot pray like this. Some people, they pray. Sheikh, what are you doing? That in Islam, you didn't pray. Unless those lips are moving, you're not reading. It's not called qira'ah. So you audibly say alayhi salatu wasalam or sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I want this session to be special, because I know the feeling of attending a workshop after school or on the weekend, which is maybe the time where you play cricket or football, or maybe you sleep like the gentleman over here who was excited about getting some sleep. Or maybe you have some other things that you engage in. So I understand that I'm taking some of your time, but believe it or not, what you're doing here is far better than anything else that you could be doing anywhere else. Do you understand? You are here by the qadar of Allah, by the decree of Allah. But you should be very happy and you should be very grateful to Allah that He allowed you to be in a place where His revelation is being taught to you, where the things that will help you go to paradise are being brought to you while you are sitting comfortably. While there are other people doing other activities which may be halal or may be haram. If they're haram, we already know that's a problem. If they're halal, but they're not seeking knowledge, they are still doing something that is not as good as you. So you're actually in the best position you could be in. And whether it is 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours, that's nothing. That's actually nothing. You do know that Imam Bukhari, everybody has heard Bukhari? He would travel countries on Saudi Airlines, right? Right? Yes? There was Saudi Airlines at the time of Bukhari? Come on guys, I'm going to ask you trick questions. If you give me silly answers, I'm going to call you out. Was he traveling on Flynas? No, there was no airlines. Did he have a Ferrari? No. What did he use? Camel, horses. A third option? Huh? A skateboard? What? A sheep? Who said sheep? Who rides a sheep? Walking. I don't think he was going to walk anywhere, man. Donkey. No, you guys don't like donkeys? Oh, donkey is a good animal, in spite of what people say. It's good for hard work. So and he would travel for months, to go to one city to hear one hadith. And you all know the story. When he arrived in a particular city to learn this hadith, he saw the man he wanted to narrate from. His animal was running away from him. So in order to bring the animal, he made it think that he had some food, so the animal would come back. But in reality, he didn't have any food. So he kind of tricked the animal. Imam Bukhari thought that this person is a dishonest person and decided not to take the hadith from him, because that will affect his sanad, his chain of the sahih rijal, the men that are reliable and trustworthy. So this is what people did back then to learn Islam. Now you just have to move from one building to another building, sit on a nice chair, and someone is doing all the work for you, and all you have to do is be patient. And yet we have some people that say, oh my God, 3 hours, man, this is going to take forever. It'll be 10 years before I finish. No, relax, man. That's nothing. I'm setting this in the beginning so that I don't want to see people, everybody's just waving around, half asleep, wishing that they could be resting. I want you to engage with me. This is not me lecturing you. I'm not a sheikh. They like to call me a sheikh because they're very kind and generous people. I'm more of an instructor, or you can call me, in this case, a facilitator. I'm facilitating information that someone else put together, and I am delivering it to you so that it is easier for you to understand. Because most people don't like to read. But I don't want to lecture you. I want assistance from you. I want you to actively want to learn, and I will help you learn, inshallah. Are we clear? Everybody's on the same page. So let me ask you all a question. I need somebody to volunteer and answer. Why are we learning this? I mean, the title here is My Purification. Why would you learn purification? What is the purpose of all this? Wow. Young man with the hat. Sorry? So the purification is for a more purposeful prayer. Tamam. Why are you praying? Young man. Yes, you. You're praying to Allah? Well, of course. I hope I hope you pray that you're praying to Allah. I didn't tell you who you're praying to. Why are you praying? Because Allah wanted us to. Very straightforward. Good enough. What are the older boys? Those of you who are a little older, can you give me a deeper answer? This is a good answer for his age. I want someone with a deeper answer. You're almost his age. But yalla, I'll try.
Because we need to get good deeds and Allah asked us to order us.
Okay. We're trying to get good deeds. Allah ordered us. Very straightforward. And by the way, this is the beauty of Islam. It's a very simple equation. Any person is able to understand what's going on. Unlike other religions, nothing really is simple and straightforward. There's always some dogma, and there's some philosophy and ideology, and they have to try to explain things for them to make sense. We don't have this problem. You want to give it a try, brother?
It's an obligation.
It's an obligation? Well, you're basically using their sentence in a word. I want a profound answer, something that could touch the heart. Don't give me some dry expressions. Yes?
It helps us in this world and the next world. In this world, it helps us gain patience and all that.
Okay. So it helps us in this world and in the life to come. So what am I trying to connect this with? I'm trying to connect it with why you are here. Why are you here? And I don't mean why are you here in this hall right now. I mean, why are you here on earth? And what's the evidence? You. You. Yes, you. It's okay, try. You can make a mistake. I'm not going to put you in prison or anything. I don't work for the shurta. We're good. Test? Like in school examination? What kind of test? And what's the evidence? We're here to test. Okay, I can give you an evidence from the Quran that we're here to be tested. Who can justify his statement test with an evidence from the Quran or the Sunnah? Who can give me an evidence from the Quran? Guys, quick, we don't have time. I have kids to raise. Who can give me an evidence from the Quran that life is a test? You. من سامعك؟ أرفع صوتك. وما هذه الحياة الدنيا لهو ولعب. This is the evidence that it's a test? No, this says that this worldly life is entertainment and play. Close, but there's one more specific. Surah Al-Mulk. Everybody knows Surah Al-Mulk? الذي خلق الموت والحياة لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. The one who created death and life. So he can test you who is better in deeds. There's the evidence for that. Okay, what's the evidence about why we're here? What's another evidence from the Quran about why we're here in this world? Not you, somebody else in the back. The guy with the beard bigger than mine. Yes, you. Yeah, Captain, you're the only guy with a beard bigger than mine. What is the evidence from the Quran about why we are here in this world? طيب, the guy on his right, yeah, with the وَمَا خَلَقْتَ وَمَا خَلَقْتَ or وَمَا خَلَقْتُ. Hey. Okay, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ, because it changes the meaning. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Do you know the continuation? Ya Shaykh. 99% of people on earth only know this part and they don't know the continuation, even though the continuation is just as important in this part of the ayah. مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ وَمَا أُرِيدُ أَن يُطْعِمُونَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الرَّزَّاقُ ذُو الْقُوَّةِ الْمَتِينَ. We will translate momentarily, inshallah. And I did not create the jinn and ins except to worship me. Now, why do people usually not do what they were created for? Because of what the ayah says. مَا أُرِيدُ مِنْهُمْ مِنْ رِزْقٍ. Allah does not want any sustenance from us. Meaning you work, you make a lot of money. Are you going to give Allah money? So Allah doesn't want any money from you, and meaning don't let making money distract you from why you were created. Nor does Allah want you to feed Him. Rather, inna Allah, verily indeed Allah, huwa, He is ar-razzaq, not ar-razik. Ar-razik is the provider. Ar-razzaq, the constant provider. It's sighat al-mubalagha, it's exaggeration of how frequently Allah provides. Dhul quwwati, the possessor of power, al-mateen, the most strong. So brothers, and I don't know if the sisters can hear, but brothers, the reason why Allah created you is not to go to school, even though you go to school, not to get married, even though inshallah eventually most of you will get married, not to have a job, even though inshallah most of you will have a job. Those are all secondary matters. The reason Allah created you is to worship Him. So if you don't do what Allah created you for and you busy yourself with everything else, you will win or lose? You will lose. A big L. You'll have a big L right like this. You walk around with a big L on your forehead. Because you've done everything for the dunya, nothing for the akhirah. That will be in the lecture later. But we need to set the foundation of our discussion, because you cannot truly worship Allah if you don't learn. Islam requires of us, as the brother mentioned earlier in his introduction, and the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that talabul ilm is a farida, is an obligation every Muslim. So you are obliged. It's a command in Islam that you learn. You cannot be ignorant and worship Allah. You cannot just worship Allah because you saw your father do it this way, or your mother do it that way, or your uncle told you this, or the Maulana back home did this and that. That does not work in Islam. You have to learn on your own what is correct. Because today in the Muslim Ummah we have all kinds of confusion. So for you to be able to worship Allah, it is necessary that you learn those steps that lead to ibadah. Meaning the act of worship is salah. If you don't have proper wudu, is your salah valid or invalid? Invalid. So can you imagine how much time and how much you've wasted of your life where you prayed for years and all of your prayers were invalid because you never learned this? It's insane. It's insane that because you never bothered to learn, you had the chance and you never bothered to learn, you could be missing out on all of these good deeds because you never bothered to learn the steps that lead up to salah. So before we speak about prayer and how to pray, which we will demonstrate for you bi'idhnillah. More importantly, in the beginning, we want to focus on what are the things that I need to do to achieve what we call tahara. Tahara or purification. So we're going to begin with that, inshallah. Now, just so you know, purification is the removal of spiritual impurities, and we will explain what spiritual impurities mean, inshallah, and cleansing the body, garments, and praying place from filth. Meaning, you cannot pray in a place where there's trash, right? You don't have to, not every salah has to be in the masjid, but if you choose to pray on the road, some people have to pray on the road, they're traveling somewhere, they're driving somewhere, you can't go to a trash area where there's impurity and pray over there. The spiritual impurity is the state in which a person cannot perform salah, and there are two types of impurities. Now, impurity is the opposite of what? Purity. Everybody knows that. We're not going to turn this into an English class, even though we have to learn some English to figure these out. So the opposite of pure is impure, meaning it's not pure. I'm saying this because we have some younger children, they may not know these things. So these are the two states of impurity. The major state and the minor state. Meaning, if you are in one of these two, you can no longer pray. And if you were to pray, your prayer is valid or invalid? Invalid. It's not going to work. This one I'm not going to really speak much about because of the age gap between some of you guys. But just for now, there are certain things, those of you who could read could understand. The elder boys can read. The younger boys, don't worry about it. It is a particular state where you have to shower or make ghusl. Ghusl is the type of shower, but it's not the shower for just cleaning. It's not just sitting under the water faucet. You actually have to do certain things like wudu to attain ghusl. You usually do ghusl on when? Which day? Friday. It's recommended. Some of the scholars say it's obligatory for you to do ghusl before you go to Salatul Jumu'ah. It becomes more obligatory according to some scholars, or it becomes obligatory if a person has a bad smell. If a person is not clean, if a person is not clean, do they go to the masjid and hurt and disturb and bother everybody around them? Or do they shower and go? They shower and go. Right? Because Islam is a communal religion. You cannot just say, I don't care about people, I just care about myself. No, we are one brotherhood. You have to care about the people. Okay, but the one that is relevant to everybody is the minor state of impurity. Al-hadath al-asghar. And this one, all of you are guilty of. All of you are guilty of defecating. Now, of course, when you discuss this, it's disgusting when you discuss this. We're playing on words here. But still, does anyone know what defecate, or does anyone not know what defecating means? Everybody knows? Wow, you guys, oh, you don't know? All right, I figured it's a very technical term for going to the bathroom and doing number 2. All right? So in the bathroom, there are 2 numbers. Number 1, which is when you pee. And number 2 is when you poop. Okay, we have to say this because if you don't know these things, then you may even not know that you lost your wudu. A lot of kids, they go to the bathroom, come out, you have wudu? Yeah, I have wudu. Allahu Akbar. You were in the bathroom for 15 minutes. Oh, he doesn't even know that defecating, he read the book, but he never knew what defecating means. So if you pee, poop, or the third one, which is your favorite, what's the third one? That is considered hadath asghar. Yes, Mr. Gaz? Fart, yeah, see? That's the one he was thinking about the whole time. Or if you fart. So, again, guys, I know this is disgusting, but we have to learn these things. There's no room. There's no room for being ignorant. So if you poop or you pee or you fart, you lose your wudu. And you have to make wudu again for your salah to be valid. What's also a fourth one? Falling asleep. If you sleep, you lose your wudu. Unless, some of the scholars say, unless you fall asleep while, who falls asleep standing? Can you fall asleep standing? You can? Show us. Right. Now I don't want you to show us and then wind up crashing on the ground. If you actually sitting down, if you're sitting down where the place from where you fart is sealed and it's a light sleep, like you just doze off. But once you knock out, khalas, you've lost your wudu officially. If you lie down, it doesn't count. So like if somebody's in the car or on the airplane and they kind of doze off for just a few seconds and then they wake up again, according to the scholars, your wudu is still valid, because that is not considered the type of sleep where you've lost your wudu. The concern is that you might fart while sleeping, and it's very unlikely that you will fart while you doze off. Anyways, that's the discussion. The Prophet ﷺ narrated from Abu Hurairah. Does everybody know Abu Hurairah? How many hadith did he narrate? Roughly, how many hadith did he narrate from Allah's Messenger ﷺ? Bismillah. Wow. I'm going to be talking to myself the whole day today, huh? I don't know what's going on in Jeddah, but you guys need some studying to do. Now, you guys are not attending enough durus, it seems. Huh? Around 7,000? Jazakallah khair, you're very generous. He added a couple of thousand from his side. No problem. Abu Hurairah, who narrated around 5,000 hadith from the Prophet ﷺ, he said that the Messenger of Allah said, indeed Allah does not accept the prayer of one of you when he commits hadath. Hadath linguistically has many meanings. An event is actually called hadath. But in the context of Islam, hadath is when you defecate, urinate. Okay, defecate is to poop again. Urinate is to pee. And then when you pass wind is when you fart. So we have classical English and we have modern day Gen Z English. I'm trying to speak your language so you can understand what I'm saying. And until he performs wudu, and this hadith is narrated by both Bukhari and Muslim, rahimahumullah. Right. So in order to get there, let me see why this is not showing properly. Tamam. So we have two types of water. Hey, the first question is, can you make wudu with orange juice? You might, drink a couple of sips while making wudu, especially during the rinsing the mouth, huh? Instead of rinsing the mouth, you just take a sip. Can you? Coffee, how about coffee? How about tea? You guys like tea, no? Not happening? But if you had an ice cube and the ice cube melted, can you make wudu with the water from the ice cube? Who said no? Raise your hand. You can do anything? You can what?
You can boil it.
Boil?
Yeah.
You're gonna boil the ice?
To get the germs, and if it turns to water,
This brother is an example of someone who came late and he's excited. MashaAllah, he came in fighting already from the beginning. Alright, we have two types of water, just so we can be clear. Water that is tahur, the water that is tahur, meaning it is pure, such as lake water, river water, a water that you may have in a tank, the water that comes from the faucets in your home. This is all examples of water that is generally tahur, meaning you could use it to wash yourself, to cleanse yourself, and for purification. And then we have impure water, which you may not really come across very often. Now, what makes water impure? Okay. Wait. Allah gave me only 2 ears. And mashallah, you guys have 15 mouths speaking at the same time. Even if I was Einstein, I'm not going to be able to decipher. Blah, 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 blah. So when somebody has to raise a hand, I have to give him permission, then you have to answer. Tfaddal, Mr. Excited. This is the excited row right here, huh? These guys drank extra coffee, then came over here to harass me. Tfaddal.
if the water is having some color or odor, we cannot do it. It is pure water.
If it has some color or odor, it's khalas, it's no longer. But doesn't it have to be mixed with something bad? It has to be impure, right? If it's mixed with soap, yeah, what? All right. It tells you clearly here, if it's mixed with feces, if it mixed with anything that is impure, and those that are impure are known, such as blood, such as, poop, pee, all of these are impurities. A dead animal, if there's a dead animal or the remains, what they call the carrion of a dead animal, all of these constitute examples of impurities, and therefore you can no longer use this water. So what determines the cleanliness of the water is whether it's been affected by the color, the odor, or the taste. And therefore, if it is the case, you can no longer use it for making wudu, or for making ghusl, or for any purification purposes. Are we clear? Yes. Just, I want to share with you one hadith about the importance of maintaining purification. It's also from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu wa ardah. He said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when a Muslim or a believer washes his face when making wudu, every sin which he committed with his eyes will be washed away from his face with water or with the last drop of water. And every time you wash your hands, every sin you committed with your hands will be washed away with the water or with the last drop of water. And when you wash your feet, every sin you committed with the feet will be washed away with water or with the last drop of water, until he finally emerges cleansed of all his sins. And the hadith is in Sahih Muslim. You know what our problem is? Our problem, as Shaykh bin Uthaymeen rahimahullah said, our problem is that we don't really focus while doing the ibadah. We do it like a ritual. We don't do it in a spiritual way. Meaning, when I'm making wudu, what I'm thinking about is I want to make wudu so that I can pray, but I'm not bringing to mind all of these virtues. And what we need to do is we need to rethink every act of worship we do. Meaning, next time you make wudu, yes, you are making wudu because you want your salah to be valid, because tahara is a shart, is a condition for the validity of salah. But more importantly, or just as important, you need to think of those ahadith. Because all of us are sinners. All of us committed sins with our eyes. All of us committed sins with our hands. All of us walked to places where we were sinful. And if every time I make wudu, I bring to mind that Allah Azza wa Jal is cleansing and cleaning and erasing my sins because of this wudu, then I will make this wudu better or worse? Better. And this wudu will become an act of worship that is beloved to Allah. Allah loves those who purify themselves. What's the evidence from the Quran that Allah loves the people who purify themselves? يا حبيبي ما في حدا أبد بكلم نفسي والجيران والحيطان والكراسي والبشر نايمين. ها مهندس. Oh, he fell asleep? MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Bring a bed, a mattress for the young man. It's okay. That's not bother. خلاص. He might have his reasons. Leave him. Focus with me. Who knows an evidence from the Quran that Allah loves people that clean themselves? Yeah, I'll help you. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ التَّوَّابِينَ وَيُحِبُّ الْمُتَطَهِّرِينَ. Verily, Allah loves people that repent frequently, and Allah loves those who purify themselves, those who clean themselves. So Islam, Allah loves it when you clean, when you smell nice, when you look nice, when your nails are trimmed, when your ears are clean, where your teeth are brushed, you have a siwak. Allah loves people that take care of themselves and that they smell nice and look nice. And the other way around, some people think that it's okay to not clean yourself, have long nails with dirt that's been living under your nail for like 400 years since the dinosaurs or something. they only cut their nails when their mother has time to cut their nails. You're like 15 years old, until now you don't know how to cut your own nails. That's ridiculous. Some people think it's okay to smell bad. No, it's not okay to smell bad. So this is natural body odor. No, Habibi, there's no such thing as natural body odor. There's ways for you to deal with it. There are ways for you to deal with it. These are things that you have to take care of, because Allah loves people that purify themselves. All right. So time is running fast, and I'm going to beat the speed of the time, inshallah. We're going to get straight to it. So we have pure water. We have water that is tahur. Hello? We're done with that. And we're able now to use it to make wudu. How do I actually make wudu? What's the first thing? Ya Sheikh. Ya Sheikh. You guys are always going to... Dagiga, are you a group who speak together always? So raise your hand, Ya Sheikh. Niyyah? What is the niyyah? What does niyyah mean? Aywa, you don't know the translation for niyyah. You're going to give me a long sentence? Intention. So what's the intention? Aywa, no, but so you don't say anything? Do you say نويت أن أتوضأ بهذا الماء الطهور الجميل لصلاة العصر? Because some people do this when they pray, by the way, huh? نويت أن أصلي صلاة الظهر في المسجد حاضرا أمام الإمام أحمد عبد الله بن عبد الربيع. Hello يا شيخ. Salamat. This is a very common bid'ah in some of our countries, where people pronounce their salah before their salah. No such thing. Where's the place of the niyyah? The heart. It's the thought and the idea that I want to now purify myself for salah. That's it. It's not something I have to think like hard, like to come up with the niyyah, I have to like push. Oh, now the niyyah is there. It's one thought, one fraction of a second, the niyyah is there. Then washing the hands 3 times or saying Bismillah? You have to say Bismillah, ya Shaykh. Now comes the big discussion. What if you're in the bathroom?
You have to say, go out of the bathroom.
Go out, look at this genius. So you're in the bathroom, you go out of the bathroom, you say Bismillah, and then you go back in. And how does that? La, ya Shaykh. This fatwa from Sheikh bin Baz or from you?
We should tell him, say that mine.
Huh? No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. All right, let me break it down for you. The scholars have differed. On whether you say Bismillah or not if you're in the bathroom. But here's what you need to understand about the bathroom. The bathroom back then and the bathroom today. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, did they have bathrooms, WCs like we have now in buildings? No. So back then, the area, the place where you are relieving yourself, hello, this is the bathroom. And there, are you supposed to mention Allah or not mention Allah? You're not allowed to mention Allah while in the state of using the bathroom. Today, the bathroom, is it designed differently? Do we have a stall? Yes, we have a stall, no? Until you defecate in front of people? Who keeps giving me these funny answers, man? I hope you don't just go to a bathroom. Actually, in Riyadh, there's this one masjid, there's this one masjid, 4 or 5 of the bathroom doors are broken. So if somebody wants to use the bathroom, they're basically using the bathroom in front of everyone else. Alhamdulillah, no one's using the bathroom. But I don't know, people kicked them in and broke them. Inshallah, they get them fixed soon. But if you ever see a bathroom with no door, make sure not to use it. Huh? So how did we get here? Oh, we don't even remember how we got here. Yes. So we have a stall, we have a toilet, and do we have a flush? Yes. So if somebody's in the toilet and they flushed, and now is there anything impure? Technically speaking, no. It's a toilet with water. You are where? At the sink. Is this really the bathroom? No. Therefore, you say Bismillah. You're at the sink, you say Bismillah. You're not in the stall of the bathroom. You are outside the bathroom where people are now making wudu, designated area for washing. According to scholars, you say Bismillah and you go ahead with the wudu. What's the next thing you do? You say Bismillah. What do you do? Type. Is now, when we speak about wudu, do you guys know that wudu is divided into categories? Or to you, everything is the same? You guys look like the bunch of crowd where everything is the same. You make no distinction between them. Yallah. But and according to the scholars and the fuqaha, the jurisprudence scholars, are there distinctions between the elements of wudu? Meaning, do we have something called shart, and something called rukn, and something called wajib, something called mustahab, or are they all the same? They're not all the same. There are certain things which you must do, otherwise no wudu for you. There are some things that are recommended for you to do. If you don't do them, you will miss on reward, but your wudu is valid or invalid? It's valid. So we will see those later, but for now, let me quickly go through the steps. So step number 1, which is before the wudu, after having the intention, is you say Bismillah. Now, you completely wash the hands, including the wrists and between the fingers. Very important. So the wrist is included. Now some people are very lazy. That is, they put a couple of droplets of water. أي كلام. ما ينفع. This is a ibadah. This is worship to Allah. You have to be very particular and very concerned about how to execute the act of worship. So proper washing, and that includes, ironically now, when Corona, remember when Corona was around? Most of you lived Corona, no? You know how they made it, they started putting in the bathrooms, teaching you how to wash your hands? When people were freaking out from the virus, everybody will spend 3 minutes washing their hands. Subhanallah, this is in our Islam way before the Corona came around. Next, it says you take some water with your right hand. Now pay attention now. You take some water with the right hand, and you will what? Rinse your mouth. You put it in your mouth, and with the rest of it, you will inhale it with your nose. This is known as istinshaq. Tamam? So istintar, afwan. You're going to take it in with your nose, and then you will spit out the water, and you will clean your nose with the left hand. So water intake, mouth and nose with the right hand, and water cleaning with the left hand. Clear? How many times?
3 times.
Do you have to do 3 times? Yes, no, yes. ايش هذا? Yes or no? Yo. How about yo? Which is yes and no in one? Yes? Maximum 3 times. Minimum? Minimum 1 time? We will see. Keep remembering these guys' answers, huh? So according to him, maximum 3 times, minimum 1 time. Okay, who agrees with him? The majority disagree with you, ya Sheikh.
1 time is fard and 3 times is sunnah.
There's the mufti now that we've been looking for. He's given us the breakdown and the detail. Type. Remember the other brother's answer. We'll see. Type. No side discussions, no side discussions, guys. Step number 4. Wash it. Now this guy, why does he not have a face? What happened? Where's his face? Hey, mashallah alayk. Hey, according to many of the scholars, even if it's for educational purposes, there's no need to draw the facial features. Don't draw them. If there's no need, like right now, does it matter whether there was a nose and eyes? It doesn't matter. Do you understand that washing the face from where the hairline? In my case, where's the hairline? In my case, I wash from the back of my neck. No, I'm not bald, by the way. I shave bald. My hair is bigger than all of your hairs combined. If you put all your hairs together, my hair will probably outgrow yours. Watch. Right now, I'm bald. Inshallah, in 4 hours, I will have hair. Remember, you'll see. I don't know. My hair grows fast, but I don't like it, so I shave it. So I'm not bald. I choose to be bald. So what does it mean? Where's the hairline? Back here, or where it usually grows? So the face is from the hairline to where? To your chest. To your chin? طيب. All right. Look, wash the entire face from the forehead, the top of the forehead, to chin. What's the difference between chin and chin? Aywa. No, we need to have an English course before we teach you fiqh. What? Shin is leg? Like chicken leg? Or chicken tikka? Huh? So the English language is very strange, right? They chose like a very similar word, like chin and shin. Shin is the front of your bottom part of your leg, between the knee and the ankle, between the knee and the foot. That's your shin. And chin is chichin. Chichin. It's like when you pay at the cashier, it's chichin. All right. And then earlobe, earlobe to earlobe. Where's the earlobe? This or this or what part is the earlobe? Nobody's a doctor here? Why are you showing me your nose? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Step number 5. Wash the 2 arms from the fingertips up to and including the elbows and between the fingers. Now pay attention. I have these gifts, which now that I'm looking at them, I probably will not ask you any questions and take them all home. Nah, I'll give them to you inshallah, don't worry. You need to pay attention. Of course, you're not here for the gifts. If your intention from all this is to get a gift, then I feel sorry for you, right? I know you guys are bigger than that. Those are just to have fun with you. Hey, you'll Yeah, you'll happily take them? So the bottom line is we're here to get closer to Allah. If we get something along the way, alhamdulillah. If we don't get something along the way, alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. No issue. But I want you to pay attention because I will be asking you questions about some of the things we're discussing right now. Now, you know the washing the hands in the beginning? Is it obligatory or recommended? It's recommended. It's very important. You know what a lot of people do? A lot of people, they wash their hands properly in the beginning of the wudu, which is not from the wajibat of the wudu. And then when it comes to washing the arm, they ignore the hand. They don't wash the hand properly. They focus on the arm and they leave the hand, or they leave area of the hand not rinsed. It's a disaster because your wudu is incomplete. So the actual time when you wash your arms is the time when you need to ensure that your elbow is included in the wash and your entire hand properly, where the water goes and covers everything. Are we clear? Yes. Tamam. All right, they're all the same? No, they're not all the same. Type a question. Can you tell me the 2 types of water? Hi, Captain. طهور and ما شاء الله عليك. تعال. No need to clap. Say بارك الله فيك. ايش هذا كلاب؟ حفلة هذه؟ جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك. Don't spend it all in one place, huh? All right, and for everybody who's wondering what's in the bag, don't worry about it. All right, focus on the class. If you're going to be thinking, I wonder what's in the bag. Is it chips? Is it chocolate? We're never going to finish. And you're never going to know. And later he will show you, inshallah. طيب, حلو. Second question. You. Yes, you. Get up. What? No, not you, him. Not him, you. Okay. Washing the hands in the beginning of the wudu is the first step of the wudu. True or false? False. Hey. I should throw this gift away. Oh, it didn't go away. It wants you. The first thing before Bismillah is what? No, Habibi, not sir. Sabr. Asbar, ya Sheikh. Hello, ya Captain. Were you with us or were you asleep? He was asleep. What about you? You're giving me correct answers, but you're missing one thing before Bismillah. Who wants to support him? No, I want someone else to support him. Look, the gift is not something you can break in half though. So if he wins and somebody else helps him, we're going to have to break it in half. Can I break it in half? What is this aslan? A watch? Okay, you'll get the battery and he will get the watch. Yeah? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. It's a watch, ya Sheikh. Wallah, very valuable gift. Somebody help him without cheating. The guy next to him, help him. Ya Sheikh, it's almost Fajr. I have to go. Wow. Khalas, come. Because of all the pressure. Because of all. تعال يا شيخ بسرعة. I think he's going to have a heart attack from how much pressure he had to go through. Listen to me. Intention. You have to have the niyyah, meaning I'm doing this in order to clean myself to worship Allah. You understand? That's the niyyah. You should have said niyyah before Bismillah and before everything else. Congratulations. And let the watch help you wake up for Fajr. All right. Type. One more or we continue? One more? Okay, we'll continue. All right. Step number 6. Wet your hands. What? Hair? Ya Sheikh, غلط. What about me? But we go back to square one. Hair. I don't have hair. I don't make wudu anymore. So it's the head. If you have hair, you're going to wash the hair. If you don't have hair, you're going to wash the head. Wet your hands, rub the head starting from the front to the back. Now, very important, guys. You're going to put water on your... Now, again, wet the hands. You're not going to have like a puddle of water in your hand. It's just wet. And then you go from here all the way to the back of your head here. Some people wipe their neck like this. Sunnah or bid'ah? Bid'ah. No such thing as wiping the neck in the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So all the way to the back and then all the way to the front and then straight to the ears. Straight to the ears, where you put your two index fingers in your ears and you use your thumbs to clean behind the ears. Are we clear? Alright guys, this is important. The sequence, front, all the way to the back. From the back, all the way back to the front and then straight to the ears. You don't disconnect. It's not two movements, it's one movement. And then you clean your ears. Tamam? So if a Muslim makes wudu 5 times a day, will be a clean person or a dirty person? A very clean person. Wait. Allah. Ida. El halawa di. Yeah, if you're thirsty, this is for you, Habibi. You over there hiding behind the air condition. Aywa, stand up please. This rubbing the head and the ears is to be done 3 times. True or false? Huh? False? What? I'm asking him. Are you sure, ya Sheikh? Don't be looking at the screen in front of me. What is this? This is like public cheating. You're literally reading from the thing. No, from your brain. You do this right now when you make wudu. Do you do your wipe in the head 3 times or 1 time? 1 time. It's okay to do 3 though. It's okay? Is it okay or not okay? It's not okay. Ta'al. This one is not okay to add 3. There are aspects of the sunnah where minimum is 1, maximum is 3, and there are ones where 1 and 1 is only, you are not allowed to do it more than that. Yalla Habibi, very slow. Oh my God, the turtle would have made it here and went back already. Ishhada. It's almost next week. Hayak Allah. Hello, Sheikh. Kif al-hal? Drink plenty of water, barakallah feek. All right. Step number 7. Pay attention. Guys, no side discussions, please. Everybody focus. Barakallahu feekum. Wash the feet, including the ankles. What's the ankle? Your ankle and your ant? What? So it's not your uncle? Uncle and ankle are not the same? Which one is your mother's brother? Or your father's brother? Ankle. And then this is your uncle. Which bone is the ankle? Who can show me in the picture here? Which bone is the ankle? تعال يا شيخ. Here? I see fingers.
No.
Guys, he's trying to cheat us.
No.
He pointed at the finger and he said it's an ankle.
I see the outline.
So what? So his ankle is under his finger?
No.
No? The fingers are hiding the ankles? طيب استريح تعال يا شيخ. Since you already bothered and came all the way here, خذ هذه بعد. طيب يا جماعة الخير, ألو حول. Your ankle is the bone. You have that, that little bone that is popping up from the side of your leg. That's your ankle. And it's not in the picture. So you should have said, yes, it is under the fingers actually. They decided to draw the fingers instead of drawing the ankle. But it's the one that usually comes where? Right here. Huh? طيب, where's the Ka'b? Aywa. So this one, it's an important, the Ka'b. So this is the ankle, which is what in Arabic? No one knows? This will be that. لا كده أنا لازم أخذ هذه روح البيت. Stainless steel lunchbox. You can put your biryani, you can put bukhari, you can put spaghetti, whatever your thing, whatever you like. ها يا شباب. So does anyone know what the Ka'b is? إلى الكعبين? Huh? The gap between your fingers? أي اختراع هذا؟ That's the Ka'b? I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave this for a surprise at the end. Whoever is gonna give me the right answer is gonna get a proper reward, inshallah. Type. Hey, wait! Before that, before we go to the next one, I want to give this to someone. Ya Jama'at al-Khair. It's a very simple matter. This sabr. Who can tell me what you are supposed to say after wudu? But I want the full version in Arabic. Who said? Wallah. I need to select. You know? Yes, you, Habibi. تفضل. Huh? كلمة شهادة? Are you trying to save time يعني? So am I ordering from a restaurant? نفر دجاج? Give me the full dua. I literally said I want the whole dua. You tell me كلمة شهادة? Not only I should not give you this, you should give me your shirt. What, someone else? You guys already know everything, mashallah. You should be giving this lesson, I should go home. Captain. أيوة, you with the مدري إيش. تفضل. طيب جالس ايه اذكار الصباح والمساء؟ يا شيخ لسه مكمل كمان. فالو that's خطبة الجمعة يا كابتن. You were doing great in the beginning and then you went sideways. أنت يلا.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم اجعلني من التوابين واجعلني من المتطهرين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
Why are you guys laughing? No, wait. Those of you who are you think the last part shouldn't be there? Is that what it is? So, I'll tell you the real test and the biggest problem that we have. The real test and the biggest problem that we have is that most of you have memorized this stuff in Arabic, but you have no idea what it means. If you really want to get this, you need to translate what you just said. And dagiga, to be fair, I don't want a professional translation. I'll accept a mashi halak translation. But it has to be a translation where at least you understand what you're saying. Hey, no support from the sidelines. He's a one-man show. Yalla. Otherwise, this lunchbox belongs to the organizers. They will use it to eat food. No, he has to, nothing? Zero? La ya Sheikh. So when you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, you don't know how to translate that to English? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. My 5-year-old son knows. He's 5 years old, 6 years old, he knows. اشبك. ألعب. رحنا فيها بطاطس. ما في أحد يعرف. طيب تفضل يا أبو ثوب. حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Sheikh, this is why we need the aqidah before the tahara and the salah. Hey, aywa, Allah is one. This is la ilaha illallah.
I bear witness that Allah is one God, and I will la sharika lahu, and
We should not sharik. أيوة جود لك جود. Do you know?
I bear witness that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam
عليه الصلاة والسلام.
is the messenger of Allah.
Wait. You definitely failed. With all due respect, you failed and you failed. I was excited about you guys in this row. Now I'm starting to change my mind. Is there anyone here who could translate the dhikr which you say after making wudu? Everybody speaks. You guys learn English in school, no? I'll make it easy for you. Forget about English. Tell it to me in Urdu or Bengali. No, what I'm interested in is if you know what those Arabic words mean, whether you know them in your mother language or in English or in French, I don't care. But I want to know, does anyone know what they're saying in Arabic, or are you all like parrots? Do you guys know the bird? Babaga. You know the parrot? It repeats, but has no idea what it's saying. Do you know? Huh? English? تفضل بسم الله. الو حول دقيقة بس اهدى. ايوه. عليه الصلاة والسلام. Excellent job. No need. تعال يا شيخ. Obviously this is a rough translation. We could be very more. We could. شكرا حبيبي. جزاك الله خير. Can eat all day. I gave you a handshake. ايش هذا? It's free. توكل على الله. Even though we could be technical, because Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah is I bear witness, I testify that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah. That's why we learn الثلاثة أصول, كتاب التوحيد, وكشف الشبهات والقواعد. That's why the books of Shaykh Muhammad Abdul Wahab alayhi rahmatullah are important, because we need to translate La ilaha illallah properly. Guys, are you with me? Hey! Stop the noise. Stop the noise. Everybody focus with me, please. You cannot think that La ilaha illallah means there's no gods but Allah. That's not enough. That's not enough, because the Jews and the Christians will tell you the same thing. Even some Hindus and Buddhists will tell you the same thing. There are other gods, by the way. The Giga. There are other gods according to the Quran. Allah says, وَاتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِهِ آلِهَةً لَا يَخْلُقُونَ شَيْئًا وهم يخلقون ولا يملكون لأنفسهم ضرا ولا نفعا ولا يملكون موتا ولا حياة ولا نشورا. Allah called them in the Quran gods, but they are false gods. ذلك بأن الله هو الحق وأن ما يدعون من دونه الباطل. In the other ayah, هو الباطل. They are false gods. But we need to have another workshop on Aqidah, because I think Aqidah is more important than this particular discussion. Ya Halween, Ya Captain, please help me manage this. If you guys are going to be tough, it's going to be tough on everybody else. Tamam. So here's the translation, but obviously we've already covered that. Right. Now, the wudu, also known in English as ablution. Ablution. It has conditions. The first condition is Islam. What does that mean? So a Christian cannot make wudu? No? So if you see a Christian making wudu, you say, وقف.
It will be not acceptable.
وخر عن المويه. Do you stop him from making wudu?
It will be not acceptable.
So they can make wudu, but it will not be acceptable. So if a Christian fasts in Ramadan, have you ever seen Christians fast in Ramadan? Yeah?
Yes.
There are many non-Muslims who say, oh, I want to try. They see the Muslims fasting in Ramadan, they say, oh, yallah, Bismillah. They actually don't say Bismillah, but you know, I'm going to fast as well. We say, mashallah, congratulations, you become Muslim? You're going to enter Jannah from Bab al-Rayyan? La ya habibi. Because a condition for your ibadah to be accepted by Allah is that you are a Muslim. So the first condition is Islam. The next condition is sanity. ايش يعني sanity? Sanity, not crazy? يعني not me, not you, not huh?
Not insane.
What? Cleanliness? Oh, one of you thought no, sanitization is not sanity. Sanitization, which is cleaning, is not sanity, which is which is a lack of being absent-minded, loss of consciousness, or someone who's crazy. So you're a sane person, meaning, have you ever seen some people come to the masjid who are not sane? You see some, like in every masjid, or not every masjid, some masjid, you see some guy, he goes and he does his own thing, he's not connected to the people, he's not there, he's not all there. This is an insane person. Tamam? A person who doesn't have the aql or the ability to understand. So Islam, sanity, meaning if you're insane or if you lost consciousness, if somebody is in a coma, someone is in a coma, do we say, make wudu, asha, wake up and make wudu? He's in a coma. Right. Number 3, the age of actually this is an odd way to put it. It's discernment, but anyways, discretion is the more popular word. The age of discretion, which is usually around the age of 7. What does discretion mean? Meaning when you understand what's going on. Like right now, if you take a 3-year-old child to the masjid, some people bring their 3-year-old kids. Do they really know what's going on? No, you see the child standing there, walking around, looking at the people. And the salah, he runs over there, his father's all over the place. They mess up everybody's salah so his son can have fun. Right? He does not care what happens in the masjid as long as he brings his son. We say, don't bring your son to the masjid. This is not a kindergarten. This is not a park. It's a place where people are worshipping Allah. So, but at the age of 7, Is the person able to understand what salah is? Yes. So it's usually around the age of 7, the age of discretion. Number 4, the intention. We already established that you must have the wudu. It's in the heart. It's in the heart. Purity of water. We discussed at-tahur wa najis. Removal of impediments, meaning if there are any things that are preventing the water. Does any one of you here uses nail polish? It's a trick question. If somebody raised his hand, Allahu A'lam what we will do to you. Alhamdulillah, nobody uses nail polish, but for women, if they have nail polish, it will prevent the water from reaching the nails. They have a problem. Their wudu is invalid. And many women, they prefer makeup over salah. You tell her salah, says, but my nails. Ish, my nails. Do you want to have nails and go to Jahannam with them? You can have the most beautiful red nails and go to Jahannam. Or you can have some regular nails and go to Jannah. Which one do you want? And then lastly, abstaining from the invalidators. What are the invalidators of the wudu? Huh? What? We discussed them in the beginning, the disgusting discussion. MashaAllah, the technical guy. Urine, feces, and passing wind, aka fart. Right. Those things will ruin your wudu. Tamam. Alright guys. Remember the discussion earlier? So here are the pillars of wudu. The arkan, al-arkan. What's the singular for arkan? Rukun. And plural is arkan. The arkan meaning if you don't do one of them, no wudu for you. No wudu for you. Look at them. Washing the face, including the mouth and the nostrils. Does that include the washing the hands in the beginning? No, that's a recommended act of worship. It is from mustahabbat, from the things that are recommended in the wudu. Number 2, washing the hands up to and including the elbow. Number 3, wiping the head including the ears. Number 4, washing the feet up to including the ankles. Number 5, at-tartib. What does at-tartib? Wait, does this work? Dagiga. Does it work? It doesn't work, it's a PDF. Order? Like body order? Order. Like when you, hunger station? Hunger station? No. It is actually hunger station. Because you order food. But not the verb order, to order food, rather order meaning that the one after the other. Meaning, can you begin by washing the feet? You wash your feet, then your face, then your head? No. You do some monkey business in the wudu? You cannot.
Washing the face.
يا أخي أنت إيش بك؟ أنت مستعجل وآخذ. إذا مستعجل خذ ليموزين. تاكسي بيوصلك بسرعة. طيب, the last one is الموالاة. What does al-muwala mean? Oh, there's no more gifts? There's gift later, for the other segment?
Don't leave such a big space between both steps.
Yeah, يعني this maximum half a meter. Time gap? يعني it should be all in 2024. No? What do you mean? يا شيخ أبو أديداس. Good. So your answers were correct, but I was teasing you because I want you to give me something specific. Meaning the part you washed should not dry before you have washed the next one. You understand? One more, Jazakallah khair. Before you have washed the next one. Meaning, let's say, I tell you what happens. You start making wudu. Hello? You start making wudu. You wash your what in the beginning? Face. And then your mother calls you. Your mother calls you. So you leave the bathroom. And you go and she talks to you for 2 minutes. Do you go back and continue? No.
Before the
expiration date. Like it's a tuna can. There has to be what we call in English continuity. Continuity. continuous. Meaning the washing has to be consecutive, one after the other. Tak, 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 finish right away. You cannot take a gap and go sleep and then do it later. This is a very valuable gift, by the way. I don't know why these guys are so generous and they're giving you all these gifts. If I were them, I would just let you smell oxygen and that's enough for you. But mashallah, they're very kind and loving. A very good question, a very trick question. I forgot what it is. I honestly forgot what it is because I'm so busy with this thing. Oh yes, okay. No one is allowed to answer until you raise your hand. Otherwise you'll be in trouble. You are making wudu. You are washing your head. You have the head left and the feet. And then you fart. You haven't completed wudu. You fart while you are wiping your head. Do you continue because you still haven't finished your wudu, so you're okay? And once you've washed your feet, you're good to go? Or do you have to start from the beginning because you ruined it by farting? Everybody knows, mashallah, all these muftis, all these maulanas. Ant, ya sheikh, you, with the black. Yes, you. Why do you get so shocked that I chose you? Yalla habibi. Huh? You start from the beginning? Really? But your wudu is not complete, so technically speaking, you could still fart. Because you still haven't washed the last part. Once you wash the last part, now you have wudu. So it should be okay, no? No? Are you sure? Are you authorized to give fatwa? Ta'al ya sheikh. Why are you so confident? Huh? Some of your friends, as soon as I ask them twice, they change the answer. Are you Muhammad? Yes. Are you sure? No. Sure. What do you mean no? You were Muhammad 10 seconds ago. What's your name? Abdul Wahid? MashaAllah. You know what Abdul Wahid means? The one? The slave of the one. And this is one flask for you to drink plenty of water and become an athlete, inshallah, after you become a sheikh and mufti. All right, that was easy. Yes, I am aware. Quickly, guys, we're going to finish this one. These are the things that will ruin your wudu. Any discharge from your private parts will nullify your wudu. If you fall asleep or you faint or you lose your sanity. If you eat camel meat. Who over here eats camel meat? I figured. You guys eat camel meat? Hashi? Hashi burger? If you eat camel meat, according to some scholars, you have to renew your wudu because camel meat nullifies the wudu. And if you touch your private area directly, it also nullifies your wudu. Not by accident, on purpose. And then obviously if you leave Islam. Hi akhwan. Meaning you have to give me the touch point, not the full detail, but you cannot miss anything. Who has the hey, if you're not sure, don't come here to waste our time. You know, I might crack a couple of jokes and you're gonna get sensitive on me. So if you're willing to come here, you have to be fully ready before you come here. Not come and let me see. Inshallah, I will figure it out. No. You have to know that you already know the stuff. So you're ready 100%. You're gonna give me a summary of everything we discussed. Ya Sheikh, Abu Adidas. Wait, did you win already a gift? You didn't win a gift? Are you sure? Ta'al. Guys, no support for Maulana. No support. Nobody's allowed to help him yet. He has to do it on his own.
We have learned about types of water, like impurity.
Hey, time out. دقيقة. لا. لحظة. شويش. Did I begin this session? Did I begin the session by discussing water? I think I said some important things in the beginning, way more important than water. You could drink water later on. I discussed some important issues. And after we finished them, we shifted the discussion into water or technicality. But before the technicality, what's your name? Sajid. What did I begin my speech with, ya Sajid?
That's the when I came in the class.
You came late? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. See what happens when you come late? Anytime you come late in life, you're going to miss out. You come late in the salah, you miss a rak'ah. You come late to school, you fail. You come late to the workshop, you give me the wrong answer, and then I keep the gift. Type. Who can help him? Only with the first part, because I feel bad to send him back empty-handed. You just moved from here to there, no? You want to help him? Ta'al. Did you want a gift already? You want a gift already? Oh, ta'al, ta'al. No, I'm not going to give you a gift anyways. Who told you I'm going to give you a gift? You're here to help him. You want to help him and get the gift? Either you help him for the sake of Allah or mafi. Yalla, hey, you got a microphone also. Tfaddal, you're the sheikh now.
So I said,
I think that's a loud microphone, ya sheikh. Huh?
the first thing we learned is about the two states of shirk.
What's your name?
Abdul Alim.
Abdul Alim is mixing our workshop with another one he attended last year. We did not mention shirk at all, ya sheikh.
What's it? The
Purification.
Purification, abad, ya habibi. The time is running and I got no answer. Anyone else would? Go back. You, as they say, جيتك حلها عميتها. لا يا بابا. طب listen, I'll let you finish the part that you know and then I will help you from the beginning. طب تفضل, go ahead. You got a mic too, تفضل.
We have done that the first one we have done that purification, we like the impurity and purity of water. We have to do wudu in the purity water. And the two types of conditions are like major and minor. Minor means like you go to the washroom and do a first and second bathroom, or the part in the middle of the salah you have to do again the wudu. Then we have learned the type, how do we do wudu, at the step by step. First we learned about
So wait. I'm gonna fix some of the things later. Show us now how to make wudu. From the beginning. First is
the intention from our heart.
which you say with your mouth.
No, we have to do it from our heart.
You don't say anything with your mouth.
Now after that we have to do this.
دقيقة. Bismillah is something else. Do you say نويت أن أتوضأ? No. Okay, good. طيب.
When we do wudu, we have to say it from our heart, then we will say Bismillah, then we start.
How do you start?
We start by washing our hands 3 times.
Guys, out of respect for our brother, when someone is speaking, everybody is silent. When no one's speaking, you could discuss things among yourselves. So when he's speaking or anyone's speaking, we should let them hear them out. Aywa.
After intention, we say Bismillah, then we start with our hands. Like we have to rub our hands with water 3 times till our wrist. Then
This is your wrist? Where's the wrist? This is the wrist. Until you put half of your arm. طيب. This is from the arkan. This is rukn. Is it a pillar of wudu or? You have to wash your hands in the beginning, otherwise your wudu is invalid. Is that what we learned? Were you with us or you were in another session also? You were with us? Right. Continue.
Then we rinse our mouth, like from right hand, we put some water, then put in our mouth, and put in our mouth. In the excess water, we put in our nose, and we split the water out. Then we're gonna clean our nose with our left hand.
How many times?
3 times.
طيب.
After that,
we're gonna wash our face from the hairline to here.
Okay, the forehead to the...
Here, then we have to do from there.
Okay, putting your fingers through the beard, if you have a beard, is from the recommended acts of wudu. It's not from the obligatory or arkan al-wudu. Okay, so if you have a beard, making sure that water goes through. Like yours. Oh, no beard? Oh, طيب.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
After that, we have to, from our arms to here, like we put some water.
Yeah. Arms from here to here. This is the shoulder. This is the shoulder. Now, dagiga. Even this is the shoulder. You're dipping your whole shoulder in the water. What body part did we use specifically? It begins with the letter E.
Elbow.
Elbow. Where's your elbow? This is your elbow. This is your bicep. This is bicep. This is tricep if you work out muscles. This bone here is your elbow. Yeah, this is your elbow. So you're gonna wash your hands beyond the elbow. So the elbow is what needs to be washed, which means you go a little bit above the elbow, not your bicep. This is not part of the wudu. طيب.
We have to do that 3 times. Both on
The left first and the right.
the right, then the left.
Ah, okay.
After that, we have to wash our hair. We put some water. Like
Wash what?
here.
Hair. So I don't get to make wudu.
Like here, you want to wash like a little.
Hair or head? Head. But it's a big difference. If somebody's bald, you're basically dismissing them from wudu. They don't have hair. Wash your head. Hello.
We have to wash our head. We put our
Actually, it's masah. It's more like wiping the head, right? Wiping the head and the ears, right? Hey.
we take some water. We like rinse our hand first, and we have to keep here. Both hands and bring it back to the hair, and again back to the hairline. Then put our index finger here, then our thumb inside.
Oh. So like this, not like this.
Like this. Like this.
Agree or disagree? It's between you and them. You all disagree? You have to deal with them. And then
After that, we wipe our foot part.
what?
Like foot part.
Foot.
We have to put water to
Wipe the foot or wash the foot?
wash the foot.
Wash the foot. If you're wearing socks, you also wash the foot?
No. If you do wudu after that, you wear the socks, then okay. We
So
can rinse our legs.
that's a different ruling. Wiping over the khuf or the socks is a discussion for another day. If you wash in the feet, where do you wash up to?
Ankle.
The ankle. Ankle. Tamam. Which is what in Arabic? That's what the trick question that you guys fell for earlier.
We start with heel.
Type. Do you have to do anything with your toes?
Yeah.
What?
The water should go inside our toes. Like it shouldn't be here from our bed.
So the scholars recommend that you use your pinky finger to run between the toes. طيب. And that means you've concluded wudu.
No. After that, you have to say a dua.
You have to?
Say a dua.
If you don't say the dua, no wudu.
The wudu is okay, but we have to still say the dua.
Okay, so it's recommended to say a dhikr, a certain dhikr, which is what?
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
يا أخوان ألو أستاذ لو سمحت. Yeah, that's it?
I like this.
طيب. So honestly, based on this performance, I want to see by means of raising the hand who thinks he deserves a gift with the answers that he gave us based on what we learned. So I'm estimating around 16% of the people, maybe 23% believe you deserve a gift. And that makes how many percent who believe you don't deserve the gift? A big percentage. Why? But at least we should appreciate that he had the courage to come here and make an effort. Yes, he plenty of blunders and he mixed many things. Can anyone do better than him? You could do better than him? Ta'al. It's going to be a battle between you and him. This is it. The gift is a very valuable gift. It's an electric glass kettle. So you will get the kettle and he will get the water that goes in the kettle. Huh?
I get both.
You get both? أعوذ بالله. تعال.
If I do better.
If you do better, well, fair enough. Huh? أيوة. Let's see. Bismillah. Show us what you got, ya Sheikh.
Okay, so, Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام. حياك الله. هلا والله. جزاك الله خير.
Sheikh started to talk about purity. The first thing he started was purity.
No. Before this, the first thing I spoke about was what?
Was the two states of purity.
No.
Impurity.
So he said he came late, and this is why we forgave him. Okay, no problem. You're not expected to discuss what I began with because he was late. You were there before everybody else. Yes, I remember seeing your face. You came early. What did I discuss at the beginning? Bismillah. MashaAllah alayk. Ya Habibi. Allah yastur. Who can pitch in and help the brother? Yes, you. Yeah, just from there. Anta, you're dealing with the quiz. Tab Mashi, after the quiz, what was the first thing I discussed? And I thought I was doing an okay job in keeping you guys engaged. It looked like I did a terrible job. Nobody remembers that I discussed وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, and that Allah created us to worship Him, and that's why we're here. This one you erased already. You formatted the disk. You formatted all the RAM and the ROM. No data left. We just started an hour, 2 hours ago. How could you forget all this already? So the first thing we discussed, ya Sheikh, was why do we even learn purification and why do we even learn about salah? Because this is the means to worship Allah. And then some said, because Allah commanded us to do this and because Allah ordered us to do this, so we're doing this. Sah? طيب. Now that we're done with the most important part, we can go to the technicalities. طيب. So what about purification? Now answer the question that you know. You forgot that as well? Huh? What? What did I just say? Where were you? Were you with us? Okay, can you continue now from what you wanted to answer?
You said that the first thing you have to do is you have to do salah. And if you have to do salah, but in order to do salah, you must be pure.
Okay.
So to be pure, there are two types. The initial state is impurity. Two types of impurity: major impurity and minor impurity. The major impurity is when you have to do ghusl, a full body shower with more rituals to clean yourself.
Good.
The second one is when you have to wudu. It's minor. You have to wudu before you pray.
What are some of the things that require wudu? Like the hadath. What is hadath?
You require wudu in the minor hadath. That's when you defecate, or you defecate means you poop, or you urinate, or you fart.
Tamam.
Or you fall asleep. Not closing off. Closing off is different.
Yes, sir.
Or you fall asleep. That's when you take. Now the steps of wudu.
No, before. What the water that you can make wudu with is called what?
The water you have to take wudu is called pure water.
In Arabic? Tahara? Tahur. Tahur, okay. And if it's not pure, it's called what in Arabic? Najis. Tayyib. And what are some examples that will make, what are some najasat that will turn the water najis or impure? Feces, urine, a dead corpse, or taste.
Except if it's a river, and like trees or sand or this water, that doesn't make it.
Okay, now show us how to make wudu, please.
Start off with what you're supposed to have the niyyah in your heart, which you do not say out loud. Come there, and you say Bismillah and start making wudu. The first step which we do usually is not compulsory, but it's recommended. It's recommended step. You wash your hands up your and you wash everything your fingers. You start with right hand and then left hand. And then the next part, which is compulsory, you wash your mouth and then you put the water in your nose with the right hand, and left hand you take it out of your nose.
Faster.
This is the one time is compulsory, but you can do it up to the next one.
Faster.
Then you wash your face from the starting of your hairline till your chin.
Tamam.
And then that's also compulsory one time, that's completed. Then you wash your hands from your whole hand from the beginning till your elbow.
Tamam. And then what?
And then your left hand.
And then?
Then your hair from the beginning of the hairline to your neck, and then you come back. And then you go to your ears, keep your things inside there, and you do this.
Come closer, yes? And then your feet?
You put your hand in, you do this, and then you wash your feet up to your ankles.
Up to the ankles, which is the Ka'bayn.
And you put your hand inside your toes and clean your toes.
Come stand here.
One hand over.
No, you stand here, you stand on my right. Okay? You guys have to vote. You have to select. The cameraman is always making us move. You have to vote who the winner is. So when I raise his hand, you say yes for the one that you think should win. Wow, 3 people. معليش. طيب, you win, but in reality, تفضل, جزاك الله خير. Because you participated, I know the Sheikh wasn't going to let you go empty-handed, you also get a gift.
Thank you.
He will heat up the water for you, you put it over here, drink the shai. جزاك الله خير, شكرا, حياكم الله. Shabab, honestly, go ahead, خلاص. What we learned from this, no need to clap. What we learned from this is that you guys are not really paying attention. I was expecting half of you to be able to do this from A to Z. Half of you at least. And I would have to fight to select the person that will do it. But for whatever reason, you guys are not paying as much attention as I had expected. So we're going to assume, no side discussions please. We're going to assume that the first session you were still warming up, and now everybody is warm. This segment is going to be more difficult, and therefore I need you to pay closer attention. Can we do that? Please guys. It's out of appreciation for the organizers and your parents and everybody who made an effort for you to be here. It is not fair that it goes to waste, right? I actually traveled from Riyadh to Jeddah to be with you here. So it's not fair that my travel is useless and your efforts and the organizers and your parents are useless for you just to have a little fun. I don't mind having fun. You can see that I'm trying to have fun. But more important than fun is what? Learning. These are very basic things which you're supposed to know actually before we do this workshop. So please, full attention. Now, if your guy, the friend next to you is distracting you, then just ignore him until we're done. Some of you distract others. You don't care, and you also make sure that no one else learns. That's not nice. If you don't care on your own, jazakallah khair, that's between you and Allah. But at least leave the people. Leave the people alone. So I don't want to hear any more side conversations. You talking to him and you talking to him. Nobody's going to talk to nobody. Are we all on the same page? Yes. Does anybody have a problem with what we're saying? Okay, good. So we will see inshallah. All right, moving forward. It is important to know how to do ghusl. Actually, let me focus on the older kids. Everybody here knows how to do ghusl? Huh? Who has never heard the word ghusl before? Raising the hand means you know or you don't know? You know? Okay, who does not know how to make ghusl? All right. Well, that necessitates, that necessitates that we then focus a little bit on how to make ghusl. Now, first and foremost, the niyyah, which we said is something that you're going to say with your mouth, correct? Intention is where? Always. Every ibadah in Islam, the intention is in the heart. What if someone says, what about saying, Labbaik Allahumma Umrah? Is that an intention that you're saying out loud? So, how do we say that every intention is in the heart and there you go say Labbaik Allahumma Umrah and you're going for Umrah, or Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan and you're going for Hajj? What's the difference between these two? This is a trick question. It's a trick question for you to know that you need to study to know how to maneuver within Islam. It's not a guessing game. There's no guessing in Islam. Either you know or you don't know. So the scholars say the talbiyah which you say at the beginning of Umrah it's not a niyyah. It's the commencement of the ibadah of Umrah, just like you say Allahu Akbar to begin the Salah. So you begin Takbirat al-Ihram in order to enter Salah, saying Labbaik Allahumma Umrah is the commencement of the ibadah. Otherwise, before you said Labbaik Allahumma Umrah, did you have the intention or not? Did you have the intention or not to do Umrah? Of course you no. So you were just walking around and then suddenly said Labbaik Allahumma Umrah and you started making Umrah? You did not put on your ihram at home. You Ahl Jeddah, the people of Jeddah, your miqat is Jeddah. You just suddenly do Umrah or do you prepare at home? So the niyyah was there from the beginning. Right. Number 2, saying Bismillah. Number 3, wash the hands. Number 4, wash the private part using your left hand. The right hand is used for what? Eating. And? Eating and? Salam? You mean musafaha? Because this is salam. Salamu alaikum. This is salam. This is salam? Okay, musafaha is not the same as salam. Because you shake the hand and you say salam. Can you shake the hand without saying salam? Yes. Yes, you can. Right? Salam is one thing, musafaha, handshake is another thing. Type. There's a lot of people when they're eating, they grab what is the fizzy drink you guys drink? The other one the one that is local, what is it? RC? Pepsi, you drink Pepsi? Fanta? طيب ماشي. You have some people, they grab the Fanta or Pepsi or whatever it is in their left hand, but they put their right finger to supposedly make it like they're drinking with the right. Is that okay or not okay? Of course it's not okay. First of all, does any one of you, after you finish the Fanta, does any one of you keep it in the house? Like you put it on a shelf next to your books? You throw it away? So what's the problem if it's greasy? No problem. Or my right hand is greasy. So in order not to get the Pepsi dirty, I'm going to grab it with my left hand, but this magical finger is going to fix the problem. إيش هذا يا شيخ? It doesn't work this way. You have to use your right hand to eat and drink. Left hand is for cleaning yourself. That's why you don't use it to shake hands. Number 5, make complete wudu. So after you have washed your hands and you wash your private part, according to some of the scholars, you should also wipe against the wall if you have a wall in the shower 3 times. Then you make complete wudu. Do we have to repeat the wudu or everybody knows? Everybody know the wudu? I don't know why you guys are distracted. Then you're going to pour water on the head. And for the women, if they have braids or whatever, they have to make sure that the water makes it to the scalp. Only for women or for men also? For men also. If you have hair, unlike me, you have to make sure that the water makes it to the scalp. Meaning you cannot just like sprinkle water on your head. It has to be proper washing where the water penetrates the hair and it touches your scalp. So you're going to do this how many times? You're gonna make sure that you wash the head. Then you're going to pour water on your body, beginning with the right or the left. In Islam, the Prophet ﷺ used to love what? Everything with the right. Everything that you do, you begin with the right. Unless you are entering the bathroom, or unless you're leaving the masjid. When you leave the masjid, you leave with the left foot. You enter with the right foot, you leave with the left foot. And you would think that you guys know all this. I don't think, do you want us to cover tayammum? Who knows what tayammum is and when, or actually, yeah, first, what is tayammum?
Doing wudu when you don't have like water.
Doing wudu when you don't have water?
Like, supply of water to do wudu.
Okay, so no supply of water, so you do wudu, or it's tayammum? Tayammum. Yeah, because if you make wudu, we're back to square one. So when you're unable to make wudu, so give me some examples.
Like we can do it in like sand.
No, don't tell me how to make tayammum. First, give me an example. Why would there be no water? Traveling, no water?
When you don't carry like enough water for doing the wudu. And when you don't have water, like there is no washroom.
Okay. Washroom. So, okay, question. So you're on the road, you're traveling. There's a bagala. There's no bathroom, but there's a bagala. And you can buy water for 50 halalas or 1 riyal. Do you do tayammum because this is drinking water? There's no hammam, there's no dorat miyah. Or are you obliged to buy water? Or this is only drinking water, you cannot use it?
You can use it.
You can use it.
Yes.
It's up to you to do tayammum or use it.
Yes,
Wrong!
you must use water. Any water.
As long as you're able to get water, you have to get water. That includes buying water. If there's no water left, or if you're traveling and you only have enough water, let's say all the water you have is this, and you're in the desert, and if you use it for wudu, you will die from thirst, then you can do tayammum. Now, what about if someone is sick? If someone is sick, they have some illness where their body cannot touch water, they can do tayammum. So, okay, thank you for your contribution. So here, it explains it pretty explicitly. So tayammum is not a type of wudu, it's a substitute for wudu. Substitute meaning it's an alternative. And you do it when there's no water and you've searched and failed to find it. Or if the water is scarce. Scarce yani very small in amount or quantity, meaning it's not available, it's not readily available. Or is needed for drinking, and if one is sick and using water will worsen their condition. Now, alhamdulillah, tayammum is one of the easiest things to do. All you have to do is say Bismillah, and you strike any dusty surface. Any dusty surface or the earth. So if there's earth, if there's soil, any type of soil, then you touch the soil. But the scholars say, let's say you're in a house. Are you going to have a garden in your house? Are you going to have a soil in your house? Not necessarily. Any surface that has dust would do the job. And then what do? You wipe your face and hands. Done. That's tayammum. That is tayammum. To be done when necessary. Some people, their whole life, they will never need to do tayammum. Because nowadays, it's not like back in the day. Now water is available almost everywhere. Unless you go through some test from Allah where you are stranded in the street, or you're in the desert and you run out of water, chances are there will always be enough water for you to make tayammum. Yes? If there's drought, that's a new fatwa, Shaykh. The tayammum or water availability, what's your name? Water availability has nothing to do with rain. Rain is one of the natural causes that Allah Azza wa Jal provides us with water. But do we have alternatives? Do we have wells? Do we have lakes? Do we have bottled water? All of this constitutes water. So whether or not it rains, it's irrelevant. If it's not raining, there's drought, it doesn't mean that you can do tayammum. As long as you have access to water. There could be drought for 6 months, but you have storage of a tank, a big water tank on your roof. You're not going to do tayammum then. You understand? All right. I just wanted to highlight the issue of wiping over the socks. A lot of people don't know the ruling of wiping over the socks. So focus with me, guys. Focus with me. This is going to be very simple. Number one rule is that it is from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to wipe over the socks. In fact, some of the ulama put this in aqidah because it is a differentiation from certain individuals and certain denominations within Islam that don't believe in wiping over the socks. Now the scholars differ on leather socks or fabric, the type of fabric socks, the regular ones, the thinness or the thickness of the sock, if there's a hole in it or not. That is a very jurisprudential fiqhi discussion which could take a long time. We're not gonna go delve into that. We want to just understand the overall principle. The most important element in the sock is that it is covering the ankle. There are a lot of socks in the market that are actually below the ankle. Remember the ankle, the bone which is right here. So if you're wearing one of these cool socks that the people wear with certain shoes, you cannot make wudu over these socks. Are we clear? One of the conditions is that the sock covers the, where's my laser pointer? The cameraman is going to get mad at me. It has to cover the ankle. The ankle is the bone over here. Hello? And once you do this, you go on to wipe, according to Shaykh bin Uthaymeen rahimahullah, it is preferred that you do both simultaneously. Meaning when you make it to the point of doing your feet, wiping over the socks, you're going to put a little bit of water on the tip of your right hand and left hand, and then you simultaneously begin with the tip of the toe all the way up to where the ankle is one time. If it's too difficult for you to do simultaneously because of the shoes or whatever, then you can do the right and then the left. Okay. Rule number 2, you cannot wipe over the socks unless you have put them on in the state of tahara or wudu. Meaning, you wake up for Fajr. You wake up for Salatul Fajr. Chances are you're going to wash your feet, right? You wash your feet, and after you made wudu, you put on your socks. And you went about your day. Dhuhr time came. You had to go to the bathroom. You went to the bathroom, and now you want to make wudu for dhuhr. Are you allowed to wipe over the socks? Yes. Time. If you put on the socks without making wudu, you woke up for Fajr, you prayed, you went back to sleep, you woke up at 9 a.m., and as soon as you woke up, you put on your socks and shoes and you went out. Dhuhr time came. Are you able to wipe over the socks? No. Why? You did not put them on in a state of wudu. Are we all clear? You cannot be confused about this, guys. Okay. Now that you put them on in a state of tahara, you can wipe over them. How many hours are you allowed to wipe over the socks if you're not traveling? 2 hours? 2 days? Fatawa, yamin wa yasar. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, kullu yifti. 2 days, this is a new qawl that I've never come across. Huh? 1 day? 24 hours? Do you count from the time you put the socks on or from the time you wiped over them the first time? So if you put them on at the time of Fajr and the first time you wiped over them at the time of Dhuhr, you're going to count 24 hours from the first time you wiped over them. If the 24 hours expire, you can no longer wipe over them. This is if you are a resident, meaning you're not traveling. If you're traveling, 3 days, 72 hours. Are we clear? Let's say you put on, you made wudu, and you wiped over the socks. And before you prayed, you're very hot. You took off the socks. You took off the socks. Is your wudu still valid or invalid? Still valid? Invalid? The scholars differ on this issue. The scholars differ. Some of them say the reason why your wudu was validated was because you wiped over them, and now that you removed them, you lost an essence or one of these conditions. And the other opinion says, but this is not from the nullifiers of wudu. Removing the socks is not from the invalidators of wudu, and therefore your wudu remains to be intact and valid. It remains to be intact and valid. That's the position of Shaykh bin Uthaymeen alayhi rahmatullah. Now, I wanted to share with you a very important expression of Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu wa ardah. He said, and this is to explain to you a very important aspect of Islam, that Islam appreciates your mind, but your mind is not more important than revelation. Meaning, Allah wants us to reflect. أَفَلَا يَعْقِلُونَ أَفَلَا يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Do they not reflect? Do they not ponder? Do they not reason? Allah wants us to reason. Use your mind to understand the revelation, but do not use your mind to say whether the revelation makes sense to you or not. Why? Because some people it makes sense to them, other people it does not make sense to them. Our minds vary. So Ali radiallahu anhu is saying, if Islam was based on just intellect, then when you wipe over the socks or the khuf, what will make more sense is you wipe the bottom. Because when you walk, are you walking on the top of the socks or the bottom? The bottom. And the idea is to clean, no? The idea is to clean. But Islam is not based on intellectual gymnastics. Islam is based on قال الله وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. If you understand them, congratulations. If you don't understand them, you say سمعنا وأطعنا. We listen and we obey. Because a lot of people, everything that comes to them from Islam, they think about it. Oh, this doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to reject that. You don't have the right to reject anything that Allah Azza wa Jal said, or anything that the Prophet ﷺ had said. طيب. The menstruation and postnatal bleeding. Do you think this is a discussion that we need? Anybody here menstruates? Alhamdulillah. So we can all skip this chapter? All right. You guys don't need any of this. Inshallah, when you get married, maybe you will have to teach your future wife. But for now, we will skip and jump into the next discussion because we are running out of time more or less.